say hi to your family, friends.
Hello everybody, this is Lorenzo with the Unicorn Riot. We are still in Washington, D.C. We wanted to bring you to a lot of, events that are happening on the ground here while we're here. Yesterday we were at the climate strike, which is youth-led, organized internationally, brought millions of people out. Today we heard about this event called We the People, which is sort of catch-all event for people to come out and state their disdain against mostly Donald Trump from what it looks like. So we just wanted to bring you out here, show you what's going on the ground as people continue to organize different types of protests. From my understanding, there's not going to be a rally at this protest. A few people are speaking, but they plan to march and just let their voices be heard. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and march with them. They're going to the Capitol just like the march yesterday, and then they plan to disperse. So that's what they want to do, and that's what we're going to watch them do and bring out live to you. So thanks for joining us. Again, we're Unicorn Riot, just bringing you this event. As I can see, the GOP is the government of Putin, according to this person. We got some to defend the earth. Look at the signs now. Let's take a look around. See that, again, if you look at the information online, it's sort of like if you want to protest, and then it's like a list of things. So we're going to see a lot of different stuff. A lot of people want, obviously, they're saying no hate, no fear. There is no I in We the People. That's that sign. And chanting lock him up. We spoke to a volunteer before this started who explained this is a nonpartisan event. So I guess you can take that however. That's what they told us. We also were told to ignore the color of the volunteers' shirts and that it shouldn't matter. And so take that information as you will. That's what we were told. Hillary warned us, but nowhere on earth do women have as many opportunities as men. Nowhere. These are signs I'm reading. Yeah, so there's all these folks, a wide variety of different stuff. Mostly anti-Trump. That's very clearly a unifying theme for all these folks.
So we're going to walk all the way down there. Walk back.
Government of Putin. What? Government.
Again, this is Lorenzo with the Unicorn Riot. If you're just joining, we're here in Washington, D.C. We do plan to have a team here over the weekend. We wanted to bring you different events that are going on the ground. Yesterday, we were at the climate strike that was youth-led. Brought out thousands of people who marched in the Capitol in solidarity with millions of people worldwide who say they want action on climate right now. Today, we're at We the People, is what the event is called, which one volunteer told us was just sort of this place for people to come and let their voices be heard. They said it was nonpartisan, that they had tried to bring people who are made it partisan were going to speak, but they said no. They wanted people to just come out here. But again, when you do listen, everyone's chanting they don't want Trump. There's also people registering people to vote around. So all the things that are just here, I'm just kind of letting you know. And we're just going to keep bringing you this information from the ground here in Washington, D.C. From our understanding, we're going to go to the Capitol just like we were at yesterday and see what happens from there. So this is it. We the People.
Everybody, we are going to wait a few more minutes. We're getting people from RFK buses to come, so we're just going to wait a few more minutes before we take into the street. Once we go in the street, we have a few speeches that happen, no marching until we are all ready and new. Go back to your chanting. Have fun.
So this is one of the organizers of the event, or
Yeah.
Can you just tell some folks who are watching right now? We're live.
Okay.
Just what this is about and what's going on.
Who's Unicorn Riot?
We're a 501c3 educational nonprofit.
Oh, awesome.
So we provide free information to the internet. Everything's Creative Commons and non-commercial.
Great, cool. So tell me when you're on.
We're on right now. We're just
Okay,
live. Where's Roman?
so this is about we the people wanting to let Congress and all our lawmakers know they need to listen to us. We are the people. We pay our taxes. They are not listening to us. They are not working. They're not doing anything. This was all started by a woman by the name of Amy Siskind. A lot of these people know who she is. She's not over here yet. She's going to give us a speech. But there are some pretty pissed off people who are dying to express themselves about this. And so Amy got it together so that everybody could come and express our angst with what's going on in our country.
I guess you want to talk about what's going on, or you want to just...
You know what's going on. Something's going on every day. That is something is going on every day, and enough is enough. We're tired of it, and this is not our country. This is not the way we want our country to be. Kids in cages and all the other stuff. You know what's going on. So that's why we're here.
Right on. How do you want the country to be?
You know, we're a democracy. We don't want our democracy to die. And right now, things are happening with our democracy, and we're not happy about that.
And so you're suggesting that right now, if things keep continuing, the democracy in the United States could die? I mean, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is going towards a direction that we don't want it to go. So it's good that all these people come out and express themselves. We don't know if they hear us, but we're going to be loud today, so they hear us.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Good luck. All right, so you hear it. They're just trying to bring people out. This organizer says they feel that this country's democracy is being threatened as the direction of it keeps going in this direction. And this is their response to that feeling, is to bring all these people out to voice their feelings on it, I guess. So here we are.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can find them.
Anybody who's just joined us, we are in Washington, D.C. at this event. It's called We the People. We just spoke to one of the organizers that said they wanted to bring people out to voice their sort of disdain at the direction the country has taken, them feeling that it doesn't change directions, they'll continue to get worse and worse, basically. And then their idea of it being worse and worse, they wanted a democracy. So there you go. Yeah, so I think we're going to try to walk around a little bit. Again, we're just here trying to bring us to... Yeah, I think we're going to try to get to the speaker. Yeah. Pardon me, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you, wonderful. Excuse me, pardon me. Yes, wonderful, yay. Alright, let's move it through this, folks. No big deal. Can I slide through right this little spot here? Thank you so much. Oh, wonderful. Ah, it's okay. Let's sink it in.
You
Okay.
guys know that you're here. But we want out here to tell the world. We are on the edge of fascism. We have dictators in office, and if we don't get out here and do this force,
How do we get in front? Excuse me. Bring it in.
we are in trouble, but we still have time to stand up and stop it.
Representatives, tell them to vote to impeach. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States illegitimate president, and it's time for us to make sure that he knows it's time for him to resign. He's not willing to say, I resign on Twitter, and he needs to go ahead and expect his impeachment, because we're going to do it. Speaker Pelosi, if you're watching, I hope you're hearing us, because if you're not willing to go ahead and vote with your I don't want to do that because you're a great speaker, but the Speaker of the House needs to start the impeachment process today.
The front list, somebody's yelling at their phone about some stuff.
Tomorrow, for the next day, but we're going to show right back up next week. And we're not doing it here, we're going to do it across the world. Because what we're seeing today is what I saw yesterday when I went into a museum and they taught me what happened over in Germany. We don't want that in our country. It is time for us to start acting out. And that means being loud, being vocal, and letting them know we're not
This person's rolled up, giving a little speech on their scooter and their phone. I can't tell if they're filming outward or at themselves. Yeah, let's film themselves.
Little star, Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Putin put you where you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
You want to move over there and try to interview the people holding that big Save Democracy thing?
Putin put you where
That's what I
you
want.
are.
Let's do that. Well, I want to do this. Yeah, I know. I'm going to go interview the people in the shade. Oh, pardon me, pardon me. Pardon me,
It's
pardon
on
me.
my phone now, and while I'm on Periscope, I
All right.
Hey, Congress!
Let's slide through. Say whatever you want. It's just live. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Pardon me. All right. All right, you're going to move across. So that's like a little rally happening of that event. You can see all the people gather. A few people, yes. If we stop here, we can look back and see this. Like, this is the We the People March gathering still. Their goal is when more people show up, it's supposedly on the way. They're going to move onto the street, then they're going to march in the Capitol. They're going to get to the Capitol, and then they're going to disperse. So, now we have to wait here, so. Again, I was just going in town for the climate strike, which was yesterday, youth-led. And heard this was going on today, so we wanted to come on and continue to provide coverage of Washington, D.C. and people on the ground in Washington, D.C. This is what this particular protest looks like, called We the People, who, as we spoke to one of the organizers, just wants people to come out and be able to voice their disdain into the current direction of the country. We've been told it's nonpartisan multiple times. There's also people in the crowd who are like actively registering people to vote a specific direction. And we're told to not pay attention to the color of people's shirts. That was not kind of irrelevant. Most people wanted to impeach Trump. And yeah, that's where we're at. We just kind of wanted to bring this to you live. And from my understanding, there's going to be a few speakers who are going to just continue on talking about, you can see like, keep the immigrants, support Trump. I've had it, well, maybe I'm passing that one. Make them, I don't know. A whole lot of silence. Hey, you want to cross the street over here? Hello. Hi. Does anybody want to talk about, I guess, your display here, Save Democracy?
Yes, with the flag scarf one.
Would you want to talk about the Save Democracy sort of presentation you have here at all?
Sure.
Yeah, so what's going on? What brings you out here today?
Well, we're out here to defend democracy. We see that our democracy is under attack. The Trump administration, they're trying to undercut our election security. They're inviting foreign hostile governments even to interfere in our election. We've got the most corrupt president in the White House at this point. He's trying to get the Department of Justice to be his personal lawyers to defend him and all his lawless acts. He's undercutting the integrity of Congress, basically castrating Congress. And it's time for the people to rise up and defend their democracy. If they want to have a democracy, they're going to have to take action, stand up for it, and vote.
Everybody.
All right. Well, what do you want people to be doing then to save democracy?
Well, talk to their Congress people, come out to these protests and vote, register voters, vote, make their views known by contacting their congressman. There are so many different ways that you can express your citizenship and your resistance.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck today. Thank you. We're going to move out of the way. It looks like the march is going to take the street. The Metropolitan Police have blocked off. I assume they're going to escort the march down to the Capitol, which you can see right down the road there.
You should be out at the crosswalk in the very front.
They're going to organize themselves, orient themselves this way.
We're going to have a couple speeches over here, and then we will march. So don't move once you get out there.
I just did 2 interviews, but
So I think the interviews are happening over there, but I think we'll probably just stay here. We'll be able to hear them. Again, they're saying that it was like a nonpartisan. They're more about just all these other people coming out here and being able to let their voices be heard. So there is some speakers. We'll be able to hear them. They have this really epic sound
So
system.
everybody, what's going to happen once you get in the street? We've got a couple of speeches over here where I am.
Yeah, the main
If you
speaker
look
is kind of
to
like,
your
but it's like
left,
below. Oh, we can go over there if you want.
where the American flag is.
Oh,
this is where the
we'll move around
speeches are
pretty
going to
easily.
happen.
Moving towards the speech area. All right, we heard that there's a speech area. We're going to find it. Hello, we're going to slide through. Thank you so much. Pardon me. We're trying to find this speech sort of situation. Pardon me. Hi, wonderful. Oh, no, it's all good.
Okay, we are honored to have here today the DC representative. She's going to introduce yourself for March for Our Lives, our Parkland young people who have been getting out the vote. So please welcome her.
Not to be confused with the
Oh, that way. Pardon me, excuse me.
My name is Surin Chawla. I'm a sophomore at American University in Norfolk, New Jersey. I'm also the Deputy Director of Federal Affairs with March for Our Lives DC, and I co-lead the lobbying initiative between Team Up and March for Our Lives. It's an honor to be up here today. Speaking to all the people. I have to say, this is not initially how I planned to spend my Saturday. My original Saturday consisted of me waking up, around like weird and having a lazy day. When I woke up yesterday to go to class, I received a text from our friend Brianna, who's the Mid-Atlantic Regional Director for March for Our Lives. So she sent me a text at, 1 p.m. And she asked me if I'd be down to speak at a lunch the next day. And here I am, less than 24 hours later, giving a my speech to all of you. Not quite how I planned on spending my Saturday, but I think this is a good change of pace. I'm excited to be here. But in all seriousness, I think we should talk a little bit more about March for Our Lives and why we need people to vote. I am honored to be up here today speaking to all of you. I'm honored to be here representing March for Our Lives. And I'm honored to be speaking about this issue. unprecedented for a developed nation. They must recognize that gun violence has many faces in our communities, from rural suicides to intimate partner violence, to urban youth violence, to violence driven by white supremacy. And they must commit to passing the life-saving legislation that we need to stop this epidemic. Majority of the time, when people think about gun violence, the thing that often comes to mind is mass shootings. Mass shootings are tragic, but that's not the only form of gun violence in our nation. I'm going to tell you guys a story today. A story about children. A story about children dying. A story about children dying in our nation's capital. More than 60 seconds apart, as if they couldn't bear to stay apart for even 1 minute. Twins Melissa and Maurice were nearly inseparable. As was their routine, Melissa would wake up first. She would emerge from her room and go wake up her brother. The twins were on 9th grade honor roll at Somerset Prep in Southeast Washington, and Melissa, or Missy as she preferred, was always determined to be on time. While he ate his Reese's Puffs, Missy would pull his jacket, and if he asked nicely, she would reach into his shaggy curls and scratch his head. Missy was always up first on the weekdays, but it was Maurice who would get out of bed on the weekends and say to her mother, "I'll be right back." Just as he did on the Sunday night before Memorial Day. Maurice was always on the move, somewhere or the other. His friends' apartments, basketball practice, or the corner store where he would buy his sister Rice Krispie treats. At 15 years old, he was 6 feet tall and still growing. Yet despite that, everyone called him Little Boy. And on May 26th, at 10 a.m., when the door closed behind him, Missy was laying on the recliner, or in the living room where she had fallen asleep the night before. For years, their mom and Nick had always been saying that they were going to move out of their apartment on Wheeler Road and get away from Congress Heights. She felt nervous every time the twins left the door. A month ago, they were going to have to do it. And everything was packed, but their mom couldn't get the security deposit in time. One day, they were going to move out of there. Little Mo had only been away from the house for 20 minutes when their door had opened. But when Missy woke up, it was not her brother who she saw at the door, but his best friend Frankie. Little Mo got shot. At his funeral, Missy reached over one last time, reached into his curls, and scratched his head. This was the reality of their summers. Happy nights, stickier days, and a surge in gun violence that rampant in areas of the city where families like Scots can afford to live. According to the Gun Violence Archive, 10,792 people have died from gun violence this year. The year's not even ended. 10,792. Among them was 11-year-old Aaron Brown, a boy who had just graduated the 5th grade. He used to hang his perfect attendance awards on the walls of his bedroom. Key Washington Scruggs was 17. Just before he died, he wrote a poem. He wrote about the hypocrisy in a divided city and how the affluent don't travel in neighborhoods inhabited like people by him. In D.C., it's nothing but people trying to take your life away. I'm from a city where it's a blessing to see the age 20. Every day I hear out-of-town people say D.C. is so great, but in my head, I just say D.C. is full
649. This will sign you up for local election alerts so you know when you have an election coming up in your area. If you're under the age of 18, you can also pledge to vote with us. We will send you an email the month that you turn 18 so you can register to vote. It's that easy. Make sure you have your voice heard. Thank you. So in just a minute, we're waiting for some buses to come for people, so we're going to do some chats, and then Amy's going to talk to you all.
All right, everybody who's just joining, we are in Washington, D.C. at an event called We the People, which is being basically a kind of catch-all event to have people come out, talk about what they feel democracy is. A lot of people talk about saving democracy. A lot of people are saying Donald Trump on all these banners. We'll go back to these speakers. Just want to let you know where we're at.
Hear our voices loud and clear.
We the people, we are strong.
We the people, we are strong.
2020, bring it on.
2020, bring it on.
Okay, now do it with me. Okay? We the people.
We the people,
We are here.
we are here.
Hear our voices.
Hear our voices
Loud and clear.
loud and clear.
We the people, we are strong.
We the people, we are strong.
2020, bring it on.
2020, bring it on.
Okay, here's another fabulous one. Oh no, Trump's gotta go. 2020, get out the vote.
Oh no, Trump's gotta go. 2020, get out the vote. Oh no, Trump's gotta go. 2020, get out the vote.
Okay, here's another favorite. And follow me. He's not my type, he's never been.
He's not my type, he's never been.
Let's vote him out and start again.
Let's vote him out and start again.
Lies, lies, we had enough.
Lies, lies, we've had enough.
Truth and justice is a must.
Truth and justice is a must.
That's coming. That's coming.
True blue, we are through. No more lies, we want some truth. True blue, we are through. No more lies, we want some truth. And someone's requesting impeach. Impeach.
Impeach, 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 impeach.
So right now they're going through their chants before they march, waiting for buses that are supposed to arrive. And there's another speaker, I guess, slated before they take off. So just sort of announcing this stuff.
Martina Navratilova.
Just for the day. So I want to thank Amy for putting this together. I come from a communist country, in case you didn't know, was Czech Republic. So I know a totalitarian regime when I see one. Okay? And this is what we have now. So I'm doing everything that I can on my front, which is down in Florida, and hopefully turn that part blue. But I think nothing speaks louder than us walking down the streets, and we need to keep doing it, not just once or twice, but every time we can, we gotta go do that.
We are just waiting a minute because some more people are coming. If you guys want to sit down where you are for just a second, take a load off your feet, you can do that. The street is ours. Up to you.
So people are just going to keep waiting for these buses. They're going to show up. I think those are the speakers. Tina. All right. We can go check out the rat, I guess. more people. Keep coming. They're supposedly waiting for buses, and they're going to march. The person that said the most important thing they can do is walk down the street, and then keep doing it. So let's do that. Anyways, they're gonna walk down to Congress again, so that's where they're going. That's where they're going.
We're gonna do some more cheers. Vote blue no matter who.
Where's the quote from
Okay, here's another one. Lies, lies. We've had enough. Truth and justice is a must. Lies, lies. We've had enough. Truth and justice is a must. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Keep it going. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We won't go away. We'll restore the USA. We won't go away.
I want to walk around the edge and see if we can talk. This is practice their chancellor. Oh, okay. Hey, we're just going to keep waiting here. The next speaker is coming up. Right now, they're just practicing the chants they're going to use when they move down to the Capitol.
Pence, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it louder, say it clearer. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Hey y'all, my name is Trey Anderson. I am a sophomore political science major, lead communications minor from St. Paul, Minnesota, from Howard University. So we were going to say a couple chants for y'all. The first one is going to be repeat after me. Lock him up! 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 Alright, here's another one, here's another one. Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Who? Impeach 45! Who? Impeach 45! Who? Impeach 45! Okay, another one that's really close to my heart. Ready? HBCUs matter! HBCUs matter! HBCUs matter! HBCUs matter! One last one. Alter and abolish. Alter and abolish. Alter and abolish. What? Alter and abolish. Thank you so much. We come together to overturn. Amen. We come together because we see the person that is in office today. We see that they are not fit for action.
the ones to do this. Okay, everybody, here she is, the one that put this thing together, Amy Sister! Yes! All over the country, thank you so much. We got away from our computers for a day, and we are here to take back our democracy. This is our country. We, the people, they work for us. They work for us. So, here we are today, folks. We are on the precipice of losing our democracy as we know it. Some of you know me because I document the not normal things that have been happening in this country since Trump took office. Things have gotten worse and worse. Things have become normalized that are unthinkable, including yesterday, accepting foreign help in our election. We have normalized them. And let me tell you something, folks. If we get to 2020 and we haven't done something to hold this man accountable, forget fair elections as we know them. We will no longer have a fair election in this country. We are on the precipice of losing this. We have a man who says publicly he will accept help from foreign governments. We have a whistleblower who has told us he demanded help from foreign governments. We have the head of every agency responsible for keeping our elections safe, filled by a Trump loyalist. Our Federal Election Commission is shuttered. If we think we can wait until November 2020 and wake up the next morning, you are kidding yourselves. We have to take to the streets and act and make the climate strike yesterday and we the people march today be the beginning of taking our country back. Trump people here, a lot of impeached bar people here, the things they are getting away with on a weekly basis without any accountability. One of the main themes of this march is they work for us. And that is not only Trump and the Republicans, it is the Democrats as well. We worked for 2 years, all of us, phone banking, texting, calling, donating to take a Democratic majority. And most of these people took office and all they care about is getting reelected in 2020. No way. We put you there to be a check on Trump, to hold him accountable. This is our house. We elected you to run our government. We the people, not to only care about getting reelected, we elected you to uphold our Constitution, our country's laws, our country's norms, which are being broken daily. So here's what we're asking you to commit to. There's an election coming up in November 2019. We have to get people registered to vote. We are asking everyone to commit to stay on top of their members of Congress. You're here from all over the country, whether they are Republican, especially if they are Democrats. We have to demand and remind them, you work for us. We are demanding that you hold this corrupt regime accountable, starting today. How many of you got 6 weeks off this summer? Me neither. They took 6 weeks off. They came back after their 6 weeks, and they are discombobulated, our Democrats. They have no message. They have no accountability. We demand that they hold Trump and this regime accountable. And nobody is coming to save us, folks. We are living history. This is a historical attack on our democracy as we know it. We have never had anybody try to take down our democracy. This is something Republicans and Democrats can agree on. That this is not about Democrat versus Republican. This is about being a democracy in a free country with American values.
people here already.
An authoritarian state and losing that. Losing our world leadership, our world policies are governed by where Trump wants to do business. We're going to war for Saudi Arabia now? No! So let this be a beginning that we need to take to the streets. We need to march. We need to get away from our damn computers and start demanding and reminding our government they work for us. This is not America. We don't put kids in cages. We don't put our asylum numbers at zero. We don't tell people coming from the Bahamas they can't come here after a storm. We don't take lies every day and degradations of our norms as we know it. It is time we stand up. Let this be the beginning as we march to our capital to remind them they work for us. We demand accountability. They work for us. 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 They work for us.
So I was one of the main organizers of this event saying that the theme of it was to save the democracy of the United States, and that's why it's not partisan. Their argument being that this is for anybody who really is seeing what's going on in the United States and thinks they need to save democracy, and they are here.
Amy's going to take the place at the front by our banners. This is 12 blocks. Let's all be peaceful. Let's have a great time. Let's chant. As we pass this little building here, we should just all go shame, 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 shame. Okay, so get ready to march, everybody.
What was your name one more time?
Amy Siskin.
Well, thank you so much for speaking. As Amy Siskin was the organizer of this event. They were the people who just spoke. We're going to try to get to the front. This march is taking off. They said it's 12 blocks. And we're going to do our best to maybe we're going to do some more interviews as we're moving along. And yeah, let me know how people feel here as well. Again, the people have been bused here from all over the country from my understanding. I don't know the exact logistics, but that's what it's sounding like. Right now, they've been waiting for buses to arrive, and why I think that the launch time of this march has sort of been pushed back. Anyways, a lot more people, and we're going to get to the front eventually. But again, thanks for joining us. This is Unicorn Riot. We are in Washington, D.C. Wanted to bring you to the ground here to see, again, the climate strike, which happened yesterday, which youth led worldwide, millions of people. And then while here, we figured we'd also bring you to this event, which is called We the People, which is dubbed as a nonpartisan event. They're very interested in impeaching Trump, saying they're here to save the democracy, which is a nonpartisan issue, according to the speakers. Yeah, it's a pretty nonpartisan issue. I feel that way. We the People march, of course,
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
We're going to move along. So this is the front banner right here. We got the press. We got this giant rat, which really received a lot of fanfare when it came out. That's pretty good. This is an inflatable Trump. Okay, yeah. So the march taking off, it's super speedy. Do you want to talk about why you're here at all, or? No? All right, let's check it. All right, so we're going to keep moving. If you look over here, we have actually the Trump International Hotel. So this Trump International Hotel, you can see they have some barricades. This march is just going to go straight to the Capitol. Pretty clear. It says about 12 blocks here to save democracy, according to the main organizer, who's at the front of the march. You can tell our march organizers are trying to get these front banners to slow down a little bit. They are pretty excited to get sprinting to the Capitol. Again, we are in Washington, D.C. We're spending a few days here covering the climate strike first. There's a day of action on Monday where they climate activists plan to shut down parts of D.C. to sort of protest the continual inaction on climate change. This has been administration's displaying how long we just kind of constantly. I mean, we came here with a lot of inaction, and now we're just here. So, with the People March, the Trump International Hotel. Again, they took the street, I think, which they work for us. Again, one of those speakers who organized this event said that the main theme of this is that both the Democrats and the Republicans work for them, and they say they need to save the democracy. That's why they're out here, and they're saying this is like, again, the beginning, bringing all these people out. It's again this theme of this constant protests. They got a lot of loud cheers when they're talking about Hong Kong and Puerto Rico, the protests that have been going on there for a long period of times. That basically taking over space, holding space, as police have attacked them violently to try to get their voices heard there. Here in the United States, you have this, which again is a permanent march. They had permits. They're being led by the police to the Capitol. They did not take the street until the permit was live, and that's why you saw everyone move onto the street. And they're heading this way to get to the Capitol and make their voices heard. From my understanding, the event is this event right now. We're experiencing it together with those few speakers in the beginning that told us that this idea was to save democracy. At least the beginning of saving democracy is to take the street and head to the Capitol. So we're here on the ground again. Happened to be in town during the climate strike, and the more climate actions happening on Monday, where people are taking more direct action to actually disrupt different pathways into the Capitol, saying that action on climate has to happen. Yesterday we witnessed youth march to the Capitol and have a rally, and many speakers talking about the need for action now on climate. Today we're looking at the We the People March, who is also marching to the Capitol, saying that democracy in the United States is under threat. People need to do something now and feel that it's a nonpartisan issue to save democracy. No, and all of them are saying they need to get rid of Donald Trump. This is a very unifying thing. Again, that's what the organizers are saying. That's what we're hearing on the ground, and it's bringing you to here live. Again, we cover a lot of front lines. A lot of them look really different. Again, they're showing you what things look like, actions people are taking to try to create change, and it's always for you to decide.
No justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
So again, if you don't know, this is Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. We're moving towards the Capitol right now in this, covering this We the People March. You can see the WeThePeople2019.org, which has brought people from all over the country, from my understanding, to come here and say that the democracy of the United States is under threat by the continued actions by the administration and the United States government as its checks and balances sort of fly around. And they're saying that something has been done about it, and they're coming out here to let people know. Most of them trying to impeach Trump. A lot of people saying they need action before voting, but a lot of people saying we need to vote. There's people here who are registering people to vote. One of the speakers was very clear, and that's why they're here. And so, again, it's a collection of folks who want to create change and want to see a different pathway towards a future that isn't the one that seems to be the direction they feel. And yeah, they're out here and they're saying to save the democracy, that we the people need to do that, and it's a nonpartisan issue. And again, we are a 501c3 educational nonprofit. We do all of this through your all's donations. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has donated. We're going to keep bringing you to the street to just take a look at what it looks like on the street. This is what this day looks like. Permanent march to the Capitol. Let people know it's time to save democracy. And they're here. They've come here to let folks know that we're not in the United States Capitol that much. So we wanted to kind of make the most of the time while we're here and keep bringing you things that are going on. So wherever you're at, just know that right now in Washington, D.C., there's a second day of marches on the Capitol, yesterday being the climate strike. Again, the only way this is possible is everyone who has donated in the past. So we're really glad to bring this to you live just to give you a view of it. And again, if you want to sign on to become a patron, again, thanks to our new patrons, go to our Patreon. Go to unicornriot.ninja. Support our work is the little clicky thing. You can send anything really. You can buy items off wish lists. You can support us with like with any crypto or your cryptocurrency. And yeah, keeps us out on the ground. Thank you so much. And also keeps the platform free. That allows us to not have to commercialize it. Our goal is to not have commercials, so you can just see the information uninhibited by someone trying to convince you to buy some sort of product. You can just decide, although you got to listen to me occasionally ask for money. I guess that's how it goes. But here we are, Washington, D.C. live. One of the other things too was that they felt that the Democrats, again, they said it was nonpartisan, but the speakers were saying how they elected all these Democrats to take over the House to basically stop the direction of the country, and they feel that hasn't happened. So they're marching on the street chanting, "Do your job, Democrats," feeling that the democracy of the United States is under threat. It's not according to the speakers, they just told me. They need to see something done. Viewing this as sort of a beginning of this constant moment of agitation in their eyes to save the democracy. We don't know, again, how tomorrow will turn out, but this is what today has turned out. This is We the People 2019 protest here in Washington, D.C. To say the democracy of the United States is under threat. A lot of them also saying they should impeach Trump. Is that the FBI building right there? We always see this.
That's the J.
Edgar Hoover FBI building. There it is. Now they're chanting Constitution over party. 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 Yeah, that's great. As we're walking by the archives of the United States of America, we do want to mention that we do one day want to spend time reading through all the documents. You can actually just kind of go in and read through. We have a little field trip set up. Hopefully it happens sometime. Archives of the United States of America. Or just talking about it. I don't know. I just wanted to show it. It's right there. And you could like sign in to look through the historical documents. People said some stuff. Yeah, we're heading towards Congress. You can see it right down there. We haven't figured out. We're still in Washington, D.C. Pennsylvania Avenue is the avenue we're on. And I think they're all the markers of Washington, D.C. I guess the Archives of the United States of America also is a marker of Washington, D.C. We're just in front of this march right now. You can see it says Save Democracy. We the people can never be defeated. So a classic march chants. Heading to Congress to let them know they feel that they want some sort of action on the direction and changing the direction of the country, feeling that it's heading towards doom, basically, is what it sounded like. And feeling that the need for action is now. Again, that's interesting because yesterday we came from a climate strike action where the need for action was now, according to those people. So a lot of similar needs fields that people need to be doing something right now. And this is what today has turned into, is folks are come out from all over and are marching in Washington, D.C. Or the Congress. Do you want to talk about why you're here at all?
Yes, definitely.
So what's going on? Why are you here?
So I'm here because guess what? Right now, our rule of law is under attack by Donald Trump, and in short to say it all, we're a democracy. We're not a kleptocracy. We're not a banana republic. We're not a dictatorship. And if we truly want to be a true state of the union, and we truly want to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, and we the people, we have to impeach. Everybody has to call their Congress people and demand that there be impeachment. And we must do this every day. We have to march every day and do this every day.
Is that where you feel it's at? I've heard that a few times, where people have to be out in the street every day to make this change happen?
Yeah, I believe so. We want to make sure that this is a movement and not a moment. We had a wonderful climate change strike yesterday, and now we have this today, the We the People March. We got to make sure this stuff is a movement, not a moment, but a movement.
And then so I guess, like, how are you going to have the resources to kind of continue? Because a lot of people came here from all over, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's a lot of these big days like this take a lot of resources for people to get to the action itself.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what's the follow-up after today, after this sort of expenditure of resources to get people to be able to keep doing this?
Well, the follow-up is you basically just continue to donate your money towards the organization. Put resources into these organizations so you can do it.
Well, thank you so much. No problem. All right, so we're going to keep going. Again, a really common sort of conversation around events like this, including the one yesterday, is there's a large expenditure of movement resources to have this day of action to bring attention to like that cause, but then the day afterwards, it's sort of like you've spent a lot, you know, and a lot of times it's tough to recover from. So it's interesting to listen to people wanting to have this sort of need to be in the streets every day. They came here to DC to let that. We're here in DC. Again, I'm just sort of trying to learn what's going on with you. And see, they feel they want this to go on daily. And you know, how do you support that? I don't. It's always a question I'm curious about. And we'll see how it kind of goes from here. Again, the climate strike is an ongoing movement. That's not going to stop. Then you have this movement who's dubbing itself not going to stop. And we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Again, this is Lorenzo of the Unicorn Riot. We're on the streets here of Washington, D.C. Just wanted to bring you to it, just so you can see what's going on here. Again, a lot of uncertainty in the United States, and I think on the world, really, as the United States pulls out of different agreements that have been in for decades and so on without, I don't know how to even say it. The U.S. is acting like the Trump administration wants it to act. And some folks aren't super happy about it. It's also important other people are really happy about it. So there you go.
USA
How many people do you think are here? Any idea?
1,000 or so.
1,000 or so? I know they're like so well put together. Yeah, so a lot more people are here than when we first got here. You know, a lot of people like numbers. So there you go. Probably like 1,000 people or so. We're guessing. Again, I've never been unbelievably great at guessing at the numbers of folks. This crowd's always got a thing. But we're the crowd. Might be like 1,000 folks. Just like what this day means for you, who like helped organize this?
We have to take to the streets. No one is coming to save us. This is where it starts. We have to take back our democracy.
You work for us. You work for us.
So they're saying they have to take to the streets. This is just the start. And basically, it's advocating for people to be in the streets. That's what I just heard. I was trying to get a little more information. They helped organize this event. And so I wanted to see what it felt like to be suddenly in the front of this banner with all these people behind them. And all they said was, they have to hit the streets.
The people will never be defeated. We
No law respecting the First Amendment. Again, if you just joined us here, we're in Washington, D.C., following the People March. Heading to Congress right now, saying they need to hit the streets to save their democracy, saying that this issue is not a partisan issue, though they do want to impeach Trump, who they say is destroying their democracy. I think that this sort of crosses both sides, this idea of, oh, here's some people coming out. Just like, and hey, can you hold this?
Yeah, you see the sign? That sign? It's like, what? Yeah, I don't get it.
Hold on, the chanting freedom of the press. This is the museum. We just showed you the First Amendment here along the whole. You see people atop the building here. It says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's like a lot, you know, like people get arrested in the streets and then they're just assembling peacefully and the police try to say they're violent. And then in the courtroom they're like, oh, you can't actually prove they were, and it's actually their right to do it, and the charges sometimes don't happen. But anyways, that's the First Amendment. Looks like the museum that's celebrating our First Amendment freedoms is what it says there. We're just down from the Congress. Hey, yeah, there's in front of this march. Come 1,000 people. I can't, you know, I'm saying 1,000. Came from all over. Let people know it's time to save the old United States democracy, which also is a young democracy, actually. It's a very young country. So here we go. Must have been pretty big because there's a lot more people here than when we first got here. That's sort of our experience yesterday. As this march progressed towards Congress yesterday, it grew bigger. We're kind of seeing that happen as well today. As this march heads towards Congress, it is also growing bigger. I think you can always see the people holding the front banners yesterday were all high school students and middle school students. That's really noticeable as well. The sort of disparity of who was here. But again, yesterday was organized by the youth. If you came early on yesterday, we were had to sign up with youth organizers. Everyone was just sort of who we were working with was like high school students and middle school students, and described themselves as like youth organizers at times. Some people weren't happy about being youth organizers as well, because they felt that it was dismissive of the fact that they were organizing. So there you go. Again, we're here in Washington, D.C. This is to bring you a look of the ground of the Capitol. We initially covered the climate strike, the youth climate strike, National Day of Action. You can go look at some videos. We have them there on our website, unicornriot.ninja. Also on our social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, with some live feeds on there. Live stream and YouTube for our platform. If you want to sign up, follow, subscribe, get alerted. Thank you so much. And also thank everyone who's sharing this content. Before we got here, so we had a team who was in Iceland, so we've been following sort of climate change for a while, and we were drawn here by that big climate march that happened yesterday, to kind of see what it looks like here in the United States, and the youth are trying to take the lead, although the youth also have been in the lead in a lot of different places. Indigenous youth across the United States at the forefront of the fight for their treaty territories and territories that don't get devastated by new fossil fuel infrastructure, which usually goes on the most impoverished lands, which happen to be where the United States put a lot of folks after they colonized. So a lot of things going on here in the US of A. We the People March is here today saying democracy is under threat the day after that climate strike that first got us here. And they are in front of this museum. You can see a lot more people now along the railing up there looking down at this march, saying that democracy needs to be saved right now. We're going to be here for a couple more days. Our understanding is that on Monday there'll be another action that happens, Shutdown DC action. You can look at that hashtag, try to get a little more information. And our understanding there's going to be roving shutdowns in the capital of DC to bring attention to the inaction of climate change, which there has been action to address it, but it's sort of the opposite actions of opening up different territories for fossil fuel exploration. The administration of the country currently has tried to fast track all pipeline infrastructure in the country, meeting opposition by human beings who have put themselves in the line of it, doing lockdowns and putting themselves at risk. Right now we have tree encampments in the United States that have been there over a year against the MVP pipeline. I think it's a yellow finch tree set. You can look that up. That is ongoing resistance that has stopped pipelines from going in the ground, thus existing to create more CO2 and exacerbate the issue around climate change. Again, that being the acceleration of it by humans causing infrastructure. I was thinking about this, like, a lot of people like, humans can't do this, blah, blah, blah. But we're literally walking through a wasteland of concrete that humans created with all these buildings. This did not look like this before. Humans made it. Before it was a marsh, I think. So, humans can change stuff. They just turn into concrete things. There you go. So, I mean, it's possible. I'm off topic. DC, we the People March saying that democracy in the United States is under threat. They want their voices to be heard and say this is how they do it, by taking the streets, and plan to continue to take the street, according to multiple people we've spoken to now.
You work for us. 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 You work for us.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure out if there's a spot where we can step up to be able to look at how many people are actually here. I don't know if we want to try to go on the sidewalk for a second and look down the edge. Or let's keep walking. Let's keep walking. Anyways, again, thanks so much for joining us. Keep following our coverage. We brought you from all sorts of different places. This is a little Washington, D.C. I think the last time we were here was during some J20 trials, right? Coverage. We were here during the inauguration of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, when people took to the streets as well. Police corralled them, arrested them en masse after some property was changed by human beings who were upset with the situation. Now, a lot of those folks were let out of, those charges were dropped. Right? But the state really tried hard to like make it sick. Right?
There was 2 trials.
You want to talk about it? Not really. Anyways, you can look. If you look at our website, you can see like all our coverage of the J20 trials and see how the United States was trying to press charges against protesters in mass for events that happened by somebody who decided to do it. They tried to paint everyone as the same. Didn't work out. Doesn't mean they won't try that again. It's very common. Anyways, it turned out that wasn't a legit way to try to proceed with criminal charges. But we're here in D.C. just to keep coming back. We'll be here occasionally, obviously. This is just one of those times we happen to be in Washington, D.C. covering, again, the climate strike yesterday into this event, We the People March. Tomorrow we're hoping just to get ready for the Monday's actions. We don't really know what will happen, but that's usually the case. We're here live, and it's just kind of unfolding with you and with us. And we're just going to keep kind of bringing you this coverage of events, trying to give you to the front of where things are happening. This is what this looks like today. Many. I'm just walking around in front of the camera. I apologize about that. I'm listening with you. They're just chanting down with the fascists. Now they're saying Donald Trump has got to go. Marching towards the Congress. We're here in Washington, D.C. We are live. Thanks so much to all our viewers who are coming along with us today on Periscope, YouTube, the live stream, and Facebook. Make sure you click that follow, like, subscribe, get alert, all that stuff. Again, we are a non-profit media organization. We do not commercialize any of our work. We operate on your donations. So thank you so much to all of our donors who have given that crypto and giving just what they can, become patrons. Thanks a lot to our patrons, our recurring subscribers as well. Like, super thankful. Thank you so much. Anyways, we're gonna keep out here, keep live. We're here for a couple more days, and also the organizations providing coverage from all over. But this is what we're doing here, this group. So thanks for you all being there and joining us today on your Saturday. There it is. There it is. We're going back. Gotta let them know what folks are here to do. And I'm Lorenzo, your host. We have Chris on the camera right now. Andrew roaming around the crowd, and I think John Z on the back end. And thanks to all you all who are watching with us right now. We are live here in Washington, D.C.
Yes, sure. So I am a Howard University student, and at Howard University they teach us to be leaders in the community on both international and national affairs, and that's what we're doing today. We're with Howard University, NAACP, and the college gyms are here as well, and we are going out to support. We are showing that as HBCUs, we deserve funding. We deserve people that represent, and we deserve people that are going to represent our interests as well. We deserve funding. There's no reason why the education fund should be cut by 10.5% in this year's annual proposed budget. There's no reason that there are HBCUs that are losing accreditation and they are losing funding and they are shutting down. There's no reason for that. There's no reason why Bennett College should have been closed. We are coming here to show our leaders that we need the education and that you should support our education. Thank you very much.
You said HBCUs?
HBCU, a historically black college or university. Please look it up. We need your help. We need your funding.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, we got in the middle here. We're getting out. We're getting out. All right, you guys want to speak? We're trying to speak to people again. Like I'm just like walking up, putting the mic around, and people tell me what they're feeling. You? That's you. No, you can't really. It's harder because this thing's attached to you. No, don't worry. What's that? Okay. Which one is it? So we're gonna keep moving.
What do you guys do?
Just showing people what this is.
You know?
They're saying,
it's all over the place.
yeah, they're saying that like they want to save democracy.
Yeah,
that's basically it. And it's a very catch-all, big, broad coalition of things. Somebody just asked me what the folks are marching for. I told them they want to save democracy. That's what they're telling us. Again, that to them is very nonpartisan, saying that both sides of the government should act. To do that, then they are marching in the impeach Trump banners and so on as well. I might. I don't have my phone.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Just kind of put it out there at the end.
No justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
Sorry.
No justice, no
It's
peace.
easier to walk
No
outside.
justice, no
You're
peace.
right in front of
No
us.
justice, no peace. No 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 justice, no peace. Do your jobs. 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 Do your jobs.
It is warm here in Washington, D.C. We're almost to the Capitol steps here, the Congress steps. You can see the people are now spreading out across the grass. Behind these banners say, "We the people, save democracy." The speeches said that they feel that the direction of the country is not so good. And people need to start hitting the streets and demanding that Congress acts to save it. Being that that's a nonpartisan issue, they feel that Donald Trump is the one who's leading the country into the wrong direction. You can hear them chanting that. And yeah, a lot of people saying this is like the beginning. But they're say that they need to hit the streets daily. People we've spoken to. We'll see how that again plays out. Again, this is a day of action in Washington D.C. So all these people came from all over the country to be here to let this be heard, let the voices be heard. The organizers were like, the goal is to let people be heard. We're going to march down so people can to chant and be heard, and then they're going to disperse.
You work for us. You work for us. You work for us. You work for us. You work for us.
Washington D.C. puppy, I think that we're looking at right now.
You work for us. You work for us. You work.
Is that a puppy shot?
Digging.
The camera person really wanted you to see the dog digging. Brought to that from Washington D.C. live as this march continues.
You work for us. 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 You work for us.
It's right, guys!
It's Capitol Police.
You guys get that phone on for us?
Tell him! What? You gotta grab this check.
These steps, you can look down the march maybe. Yeah, we're just getting to the Capitol here. I'm not sure if they plan to march all the way up. We don't know exactly how the signal was kept together. Let's run these steps and look back. So where's marching? It's right here. Right there. Oh, there you go. All right.
The size of the march.
Yeah. Does anybody want to talk about why they're here? Why'd you come? Anybody want to say why you're here? Want to talk about why you're here? Right. The old time, so ask where they walk by. Sometimes works good. Let's talk to anybody about why they came out here. Why is it important?
Because they're not doing their job. They need to go if they're not going to do their job. This is our constitution. It's our government. They're not doing their job.
And so you came here, so march with everyone here, let Congress know they need to start doing their job. And the job you want him to do is
Get the traitor out of the White House.
yeah. It's like you're for impeachment. Then you think that the Democrats should put. All right, well, good. Thanks
They
for
need to do
letting me know.
their jobs too.
Yeah, that was something I heard a lot too. A lot of people were saying that they voted the Democrats in the House to basically start stopping what's happening, and they feel like that's not happening.
They're not doing anything right now. I don't know what Nancy's waiting for. Any other president would have been gone by now.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping and let us know why you're here. Take care too. So this is somebody who's letting us know why they're here. Anybody else want to talk about why they're here? Why they came here? I will. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, why are you here today?
I am here because this country is going to crap, and we need to address it.
Is this making you feel like you're starting to address it, or how is it making you feel?
Oh, absolutely. To be honest, I'm feeling a heck of a lot better now that I'm getting active. Here go the sign.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's great. What's your plan after this? Like after sort of coming here, feeling this energy, like what do you plan to do next?
That, to be honest, that I am not sure of. My intention is to try and perpetuate my activism, because I feel like we are a long way from addressing polarization. So every step counts.
All right, right on. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you take care. Does anybody else want to talk about why they came? Or want to talk about why you came? Why are you here? Let us know why you're here. Tell us why you're here. You want to talk about?
We would like Trump impeached because he's a lousy president. That's it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And we want Nancy Pelosi to do her job.
All right, cool. Hey, anybody else want to talk about why they're here? Why'd you come? No? Respect. Anybody else want to talk about why they're here? Anybody else? Just let us know why you came out today. Unedited, just live. You can just say whatever.
Representing Seattle.
Seattle?
Yep.
New York City.
New York City over here.
Came from Seattle for this march.
All right. They came from Seattle for this march. You want to talk about why you're marching with a Palestinian flag? What's
that?
This is a Palestinian flag?
Yeah.
Or what's you want to talk about it?
Sure.
What you're marching in this Save the Democracy march? You have a Palestinian flag. Just kind of curious. Why?
Because we're paying $3.8 billion a year to murder and massacre and dehome and engage in ethnic cleansing by half of the Israeli Likud government. So why are we paying an average of $24 million per family, $24,000, excuse me, per Israeli family per year to do what they're doing, right? So we are funding what Israel is doing, ethnic cleansing, right? So I thought I would carry this to bring that message to this event.
All right, thank you. That's awesome. I'm with an organization called Unicorn Riot. We're an educational 501c3 educational nonprofit. I can give you one too.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, this is just live, so not edited or anything. It's live, so.
Good deal.
Yeah, take care. Thank you for stopping. Does anybody else want to talk about why they're here? Live microphone. Your opinion. Why did you come out to this event today? I'm just asking people why they came out to this event.
I'm tempted.
You can just talk. If you don't want to be on camera, you can just give us your
I'm
voice.
okay with being on camera.
Okay.
I came to this event because I think it's time that we actually took our country back. Because this is the way the people march, and we the people are sick and tired of an orange idiot telling us what to do. This is not his house, this is our house, and it's about time we make some damn change around here.
All right, thank you. Does anybody else want to talk about why they came out today? Just let me know your opinion. Anybody else want
Donald Trump has got to
say that one a lot. The march is way bigger from when it first started. Does anybody want to talk about why they came out today? Open mic.
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to
So a lot of people obviously want Donald Trump impeached who are in this march, saying that also this march is the We the People, saying save the democracy. People feel it's a non-partisan march because saving the democracy should go across the divide of the binary the United States has created. We're here as bringing you again. We're here initially for the climate strike. this is a second day we're in DC. We wanted to bring it to this march because we'd heard it was happening, and this is what it looked like. So I hope you're enjoying this content. Again, we're an educational nonprofit. I'm doing my best to kind of give you some voices of why people are here and give you kind of a plethora. And again, I'm just asking people as they march by. Do you want to talk about why you came out today? Do you want to talk about why you came out here today? It's all bad. That's a big, broad, tough statement, really. Do you want to talk about why they came out here today? You want to talk about? No, you're good. All right, you want to talk about why they came out today? It's a live mic. You can say whatever you want. It's your time. All right, so the march today, keep going by. Again, thanks to you so much for joining us. Do you want to talk about why they came out here today? Live microphone. What's this for? We're an educational nonprofit called Unicorn Ride. I'm from Minneapolis. This is just live. We're not editing. Yeah, let's tell us why you're here.
Oh, today's my birthday. I decided to stop by, take a look at DC, then I joined this parade.
Happy birthday!
56 years old. Really? Believe it or not. And my friends wanted to come by and protest. I said, what the heck? Join the club.
All right. What has it been like for you to be here? You're saying you weren't like initially come in, just your birthday, you're kind of spending it here. What's that?
Well, I'm against guns, especially killing a lot of people. Okay. That hurts a lot. Also, the immigration stuff, it has to be in our hand. There's a lot of negativity against immigrants of every race. Regardless where you come from, Europe, from South America, people get shit on all the time. Yeah. Bottom line. Just because you look different doesn't mean that we are different. We're all born in the same country, Earth. Yeah. So everybody here has a right to move any way they want.
How do you think people should be treated?
Everybody should be treated they would like to be treated, with respect and love, regardless of where they're coming from.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Yeah, have a great day. Happy birthday. Hey, does anybody else want to talk about why they're here? Okay, no, you do.
Good. How are you? Unicorn. Tell me who Unicorn.
We're a 501c3 educational nonprofit. We create non-commercial Creative Commons content for the internet. We have no paywalls. It is unedited. This is just live, so you can just say all the, you got it. You got the mic you wanted.
Well, my name is Scott Gilbert. I work with a national organization called RefuseFascism.org. Mm-hmm. Its sole mission is to drive out this whole Trump-Pence regime. My folks were Holocaust survivors. We saw what happened in the 20s and 30s, step by step. Consolidation of fascism, and the same thing's happening today. When the leader of this government is now saying it's okay to have mass shootings. It's okay that Charlottesville, those are good old boys, right? To the attacks on women's rights and controlling their lives, to these concentration camps where kids are now dying, right? And people trying to get across the border are dying. And it's just an escalation, one step after another.
And what's your worst fear, I guess? Or what do you think we're at? And you're saying the steps.
That just like Hitler in 1933 with the Enabling Act consolidated power, that's what this whole Trump-Pence fascist regime, not just him, but all the people in his cabinet. And the Democrats, what are they doing? Nothing. They just, voted $4.6 billion for these concentration camps. That's collaboration. Right? That's normalization of fascism. And before it's too late, we're saying we got to drive them out, starting just like in Puerto Rico, day after day, night after night, till these people are gone.
I've been hearing that a lot. I've been hearing a lot of people from the different sort of factions within this march, because people obviously have different places where they stand. All they're feeling, they want to impeach Trump from what I'm hearing. And they've been saying they want to have daily marches. They want to make this an event that people are going to take to the streets every day, and I'm just kind of wondering how is that managed? How does that happen?
That's what?
How are they going to make that happen? They spent all their money to get here.
Well, do you know about the mass meeting that's going on tomorrow at 11 at the Steinbrook Center, where we're pulling individuals and groups together to discuss that very question of considering and starting week after week demonstrations leading to day after day, starting it. It's only going to start in its thousands.
So basically what you're telling me...
It's got to grow.
What you're saying really is the only way to do that is to plan to do that.
Not necessarily. There could be some kind of crisis, right? Yeah. That suddenly triggers it, right? Yeah. What happened in Puerto Rico? What triggered that? You know what I mean? And so sometimes crises happen, but there's got to be the foundation to push that forward and see that it happens.
Okay. All right, well, cool. Well, thank you so much for stopping and talking. Yeah. Good. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a good time.
And where are you going to film this?
Oh, this is live. This is already exists on the internet. So.
Why, thank you very much.
Yeah. So, refusefascism.org.
You got it. Refusefascism.org.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks.
There you go. And I will keep this in hand. I will look it up.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
I'm Lorenzo.
Alonzo?
Lorenzo.
I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Cheers.
Yeah, mad love. All right, cool. We're going to keep going here. We're going to move and see what's going on in this rally. From my understanding, they're going to disperse right now. We will find out. Again, we're finding out with you. Thanks a lot for following us. Let's go in here.
You can go anywhere you like. If you win the demonstration, you have to go to the grass.
You can go anywhere you like unless you're with the demonstration. You gotta go on the grass.
We're all going to the lawn.
Okay, you're going to the lawn. All right, so people are marching slowly up to the steps. We were just here yesterday. I'm not sure how everything's holding together. I bet it's just fine. I guess we first came here for this climate strike action, International Day of Action led by the youth. They marched to the Capitol to say, they want action on climate now. There was thousands of youth, self-described children, students. Today we're here for the We the People March, which again is a lot of different types of folks who are all standing behind a banner saying, "Save the democracy, save our democracy," their banner. And saying that Trump needs to be impeached. We got
Humanity first, not America first. Humanity first, not America first.
So we're marching up to the Capitol of Washington, D.C., the Congress building. You've seen it before, I'm sure. So we're outside of the Congress as a group of 1,000 people are chanting, "Do your job." Is Congress in right now? It's the weekend. It's the weekend, right? Congress.
We
Rig. It's more rigged than camera weight.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of reasons.
Because it's stable.
Because it's really fast and mobile, a lot of different action happening. So it's having like a cheaper thing that like gets hit by.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you guys work for?
Unicorn Riot.
Where are you based out of?
I think it's different places. I'm personally from Minneapolis. I'm gonna try that here. Take care.
Remind them they work for us. We demand accountability. To get you elected in 2018, so you could sit back and do nothing until you got reelected in 2020. No. We'd like to do a check on power, the corrupt regime effort to hold our government. We are in the precipice of losing our democracy as we know it. The only person who will save us is all of us together. This is the beginning of the grassroots movement to say no more, to remind them they work for us, and we are demanding accountability from this regime. This is not our country, this is not our democracy, these are not our values. We do not want kids in cages. We do not want people from the Bahamas turned away. We do not want refugees turned away. Everything that has made our country great is being taken away from us. So we have to fight for it every single day, folks. Your grandchildren will remember what you did today. Everybody who showed up to fight for our democracy, we are the ones that will take it back. We are the ones right. Remember in history class when you wondered what you would have done during the uprising of Hitler? You are doing it right now. We must resist. We must all stay active. We must all take to the streets, take to our town halls, demand of our members of Congress, and we will be marching again. We the people! 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 Today the people! Take this hashtag, we the people march! On the people pictures, on your video! Thank you, Amy! 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 We the people march. All your pictures, all your videos. Show the country, show the world that we care about our democracy. Our democracy is worth fighting for. We don't want to be the laughing stocks of the world anymore. This is our country. This is our house. We put you there. That's why we can get back.
All right, I'm going to try to.
Vote them out! 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 Vote them out!
Okay.
Vote them out!
Sounds good.
Vote them out! Vote them out!
All right, let's just move on.
Yeah, I know, it's hot.
All right, that we're gonna go ahead and bring it down. That was.
Do your job, Pelosi! Do your job!
We're gonna sneak out of the crowd here again. This was We the People March. Yes, we can. Let's move out of the mass of people here. Maybe give you a sense of how many folks are. I want to thank everyone who joined us today. Again, we're going to be in Washington, D.C. the next few days for what we understand is going to be a decentralized day of action, the old shutdown D.C. And we just went on this march, so you could tell the lead organizer just said the United States is slipping into fascism, and people should do some stuff about it. That's what that was going on there. So yeah, this is the United States Capitol right there. That's where we're at, Washington, D.C., known as the capital of the United States. That's the Congress. These folks all marched about 12 blocks to let those folks know that they should do their job. Very common speech in there. Anyways, we're about to... well, we just want to say thank you for everyone who joined us again. We're here for the Youth Climate Strike yesterday. We heard this event was also going to be going on, so we decided to bring you out here, show you what a different protest, different organized protest looks like. They did come to the exact same place, in the capital of the United States. Again, a lot of decision makers and people in power in this current power structure are in there, and so they're trying to get them to do their job, is what these folks said. We're going to be in D.C. for a couple more days. Keep following us. We're Unicorn Ride. I'm Lorenzo. We got Chris there on the camera, Andrew's here on the ground, John there in the background. Thanks so much for all of you, and thanks again to all of our donors, all our supporters, everyone who has given. You make this platform possible. You can go to support our work, check out our Patreon, become a recurring donor. And yeah, we're going to keep bringing you to the ground, giving you these live feeds so you can kind of see uninterrupted, as long as the signal stays together, what is happening. That way you can kind of decide for yourself. Again, this is what it was today. Thank you so much. Remember, hit follow, subscribe, get notified, get alerted. Keep following us, and thank you so much for coming along so far.